Once again, good evening to you, all our viewers. We welcome you to this special broadcast. And this evening, you are watching us live from Majesty Christian Television Network, based here in the Netherlands. Our guest tonight is from Nantes, France, a renowned preacher of our time, Bishop Kingsley Osaghie. Welcome to Majesty Christian Television Network.
Thank you very much, Apostle Helen. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure on Majesty TV tonight.
Yeah. All the way from Nantes. That's the way
Yes,
you pronounce it?
yes, Nantes.
All the way from France.
France, yes.
And look at what technology is
Yes.
doing.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
I'm seeing you so bright here and
Oh,
smiling.
wonderful. Oh, that's it.
So, tell us, you are the bishop of Jesus Family Assembly.
That's right.
Yeah. So, when did you begin your ministry, Bishop?
Yes, I actually started in Nigeria
Yeah.
so many years ago
Okay.
when I was heading the youth department of the Assemblies of God Church.
Okay.
Before I left, I was actually my pastor then wanted me to quickly go to the Bible school, but with my own intentions to become a big politician, decided to say no. I have to travel out of the country to go to study more and have some degrees before I come back to my politics. But while here, God arrested me and said, no, you are not for politics. You have to platform. That's why in 2008, I actually began Jesus Family Assembly.
Wow.
Yes.
Awesome. And
Yes.
you've been doing great.
Oh, by
Yes. Because I
our
see,
strength.
I see in you, that spirit of a father.
Oh, by faith. Thank you.
Wow. So,
Our
um,
strength.
so who are the people you believe you have been called to reach?
Yes, I've been called to reach out to those people. I tag them as it doesn't matter people.
Oh,
People who see God as secondary. You know, when you ask many of them, they will say, yes, I am a Christian, but you seeing them, you will know that these are not Christians. By their acts, you will know that these are not Christians. And so I am really called to reach out to this set of people to correct this idea of, yes, I am a Christian, but I can do whatever I want. I can ask God for whatever I want. I don't care. I don't want to know. I don't want to obey His laws. I don't want to obey His commandments. All I just need is to get something from Him. These are the people I love to reach out to.
wow. That is a very difficult task. Uh, have you been very task has it been very easy for you and for them too?
Not at all. Not at all. It's not be very easy. We as humans, it's very difficult for us to change. We want to stick to what we believe in.
Yeah.
Many will tell you, no, I was brought up in this religion. I was brought up in this religion. No, you can't change me.
Yeah.
It is really difficult, but by His grace, the Lord has been planting the seed. We have been planting the seed in their heart, and this seed has been bearing fruit by His grace.
Amen.
Though a lot of persecutions here and there, people say all sorts of things that does not even concern you, people things that you don't even know anything about.
Yeah.
The fruit that you sometimes, when you hear about it, you ask, where is this one coming from?
Exactly.
It's wonderful.
Wow. Tell us a little bit about ministering in France.
Wow. Oh,
Is it because the whole Europe seem to be, it's like when you move to Africa or you go to United States or the Asia, then you see that people are so hungry for the word.
true.
So how is it over there in
Oh,
France?
I don't think it's different from what you are seeing there in Netherlands. Maybe Netherlands will be better because in France, We're not even allowed to preach on the radio. We're not allowed to
Oh,
preach on the telly. Yes, it is an abomination for you to preach in public place.
really?
You must not teach the children, even in schools, you must not tell them anything about God, anything about religion. That is what we face here, because they said they are a laik country. A laik country, that means they don't believe in God, they don't believe in any religion, they are just liberal country. So, and this is really affecting a lot of things. That, for instance, we cannot use any of these government halls for any of our programs.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to go and rent private halls. We only rent private halls, and you know how costly it is to rent a private hall.
Yes.
And that is one of the problems we have here in France. And most of the times when we are having our programs, you see people coming in with some. We even call police to say you are disturbing them. These black people, these people with this mentality are coming for mentality of this African mentality. They are coming here to disturb us, you know. But I asked some of them one day. I said, "You brought this religion. You condemn this religion. I have the means. I will sue you for coming to lie to us in the first place. If you are saying is." If you are telling us that this religion we are pursuing is not right, why then did you come to sell them to us?
Yeah.
And he was just staring at me. He didn't know what to say. I said, yes, you people came. You came to tell us that this is the right religion. We have studied. We are not following that because you came to sell it to us. But we have studied, and as for me, I have studied the Bible. I have seen I've seen the power of God
Yes.
in the world, and that is the reason why I head on to it. It's not because you brought it to me, but why are you condemning this same religion you came to sell to us? If then I should be suing many of you for coming to deceive us. If that is, if you want me to use that language.
Yeah.
So it's allow us to practice our religion.
Yes.
If you want to believe me. If you don't want to, why not allow me? Because the same way you are free not to accept, the same way I am free to accept God.
Yes.
So don't disturb my own opportunity. So it has been serious thing here. It's really tough serving.
Wow. So so that means if that be the case, then the ministers over there should then consider. I mean, being using something like Majesty TV, which is an online television, because in this case now you will not prevent people not to use their smartphones or use
That's
their
right.
iPads or
That's
use their laptops, to preach the gospel. You can't disturb them. So
you are
like
right.
right now, you look at you all over there in Nantes, France, and look at me over here in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. So
Yeah.
we are speaking about the word. Then
Mm.
there will be no limitation anymore. Don't you see?
You are right. You
So,
are
so,
right. You are
so
right.
ministers over there have to take advantage of what God have given to us right now to preach the gospel to all and sundry. Use the media and preach the gospel. And if they wouldn't allow cable lines and ether and cable networks, then you use the internet.
That's right. I'm really going to recommend this to every one of them. I'm going to ask them to start tuning into Majesty TV. You know, we always watch Majesty. Even when I'm right there in my place of work, I tune into Majesty TV.
Right.
I'm always a fan. I'm a fan, and I
Look
will.
at like what I mean is that look at the preaching you preached. Well, some few minutes ago you were talking about what do people make, how do they use their extra time which they have. Now, if you preach this just in your ministry or in your church, four corners of your church, only though the few people will hear it. But the message you preach now, I heard it over here, and I believe thousands of people will hear this message. And it is not just only the you spoke about, it's not just only a problem peculiar to Nantes, it is something peculiar to Christendom. So many people all over the world, they're gonna hear this preaching, and then they will re-ask themselves or readdress themselves on how they utilize their time.
That's true.
And
That's true.
that is the power behind this network which God have given to us.
Oh,
So,
God bless
so preachers like you, men and women of God out there, have to look for a way to take an airtime with Majesty TV and bring their God-given, or what do you call it, sermons all over the world. And I think if you guys are in such a place where the people are limited to preach on national televisions and whatever, then you take up an airtime and then use that airtime, they be preaching, and then you tell your church members, fly it all over, fly the preaching all over, tell their friends to connect while you are preaching, and before you know it, the unbelievers will begin to see you. Those unbelievers who are in their home in Nantes, they will begin to see you and they want to come to your ministry.
That's true. That's
Don't
true.
you see? It's a very powerful tool for evangelism.
Exactly.
So make use of it. Make use of it. Make it, because I believe it is timely, and it is divine what God wanna do.
You are right. You are right. You are right. This is. I think this is the best thing we should do. And by His grace, I'm going to start. I'm going to be discussing with the leaders. We must buy airtime with Majesty TV. I'll reach out to more audience by His grace. And by His grace, I'm going to start. I'm going to be discussing. Oh, it's really lovely. I think Majesty, you are doing a great job. I've listened to so many great men of God on Majesty TV, and I've been blessed.
They want to listen to you too, Bishop. The people want to hear from you. They want to hear you all over the world. So
On Majesty TV, and I've been blessed.
yes, tell me.
I've also met other ministers.
You made mention of I beg your pardon. You made mention of people using their time and trying to pull people out of the kingdom or out of the churches.
Yes.
This is a syndrome found now in Christendom.
That's right.
How do you think it can be corrected, Bishop?
Yes. We can only correct it by telling them the truth. Because what I even find out this day is that many men of God are even afraid to tell the truth because they don't want people to leave the church. Because if I say the truth, then it will not come again. Please, why is it your church? It is God's church, for God's sake. If God doesn't want anybody to come, then let it be. Say the truth, because I know that truth will always set you free.
Amen.
We must tell them the truth. We must continue to tell them the truth. There was a time in our ministry where we were less than 10 in the church.
Yes.
When we started, we were so much, and when we started hitting the truth, especially one of my ministries is to help get these girls out of the street. Most of our girls are found on the street. On Sunday mornings you see them, all of them well dressed in the church, and at night you see them lined up on the street.
Wow.
It hurt me a lot, and
Yes.
I took it upon myself to start to reach out to them, preaching it, telling them that what they are doing, God does not like what they are doing.
Yes.
And many of them decided to step aside and not come back to the church. Even many of them that I tried one or two things to help. They go back to say, also formulate all sort of things, just looking for ways, not them but the devil that's using them, looking for ways to just run down my ministry. But by His grace, at the time, many people, they come with different insinuations. Some of them will even say that, hey, this man of God, because he's preaching against us going to the street, maybe he's working with the police, he's doing this, he's doing that. They come with so many things, and I never allowed this to determine. But many people stopped coming to the church because of this. They said, he's working with the police, so they stopped coming. So at the time in our church, we were not up to 10 in this, but God kept telling me, it is my church. Forget about crowd. I don't work with crowd. Continue with the truth that I have given you. If the day you deviate from that truth, that is the day I will start to deal with you. And my woman of God, I tell you, every day I marvel at the way God continues to raise people. As some are just living, God will raise other people. The church is filled again, and the message continues. So it's the church of God. We must tell them the truth, no matter who. They may think they are so influential in the church. Hey, if I leave, many will live with me. Oh, please let them live. We must tell them the truth.
Wow, awesome, awesome, awesome. You know, there are so many men of God and women of God out there who are hearing us right now, and I believe this candid advice that you have given, they are going to, if the Spirit of God is in them, they are going to treasure it and make use of it. Because
That's right.
what does it profit one to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Why would people come to the church and they wouldn't hear the truth?
That's it.
The truth sometimes is very bitter, but we have to
Yes,
speak that truth and let those who have ear let them make use of it.
that's true. That's true.
Wow, wow, wow. So do you think
That's true. That's true.
preaching on majesty, this is your first experience? Can you tell us how you feel?
Oh, I feel great. I feel great. I must confess to you, it's my first experience, most life experience anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I must tell you, I feel great, and I think it's a good thing. I think we're starting from here, and I know that this relationship will be built over time, and we're going to be making use of Majesty TV.
It is
I'm
awesome.
assuring you that.
Yeah, it
Yes.
is awesome because if some of your members had known, I think what they would have done would be to be calling in, and then when they begin to call in, then those people outside will know that they can call in. Actually, when they call in, they will call in either your number, which is there in Nance, and then you will pick it up and pray for them. I mean, when you begin to pray and things begin to happen in the lives of those unbelievers, they will rush to your ministry. Don't you see?
Yes, yes, that's right. That's right. I 100% agree with you. I think it's very important. We start to make use of what we have available in front of us. All the time we'll be complaining. Oh, we cannot say anything public. We cannot do this. This is the right place to
It's a
be.
lie. God is always opening doors because when one door closes, another one will open. So when the devil thinks he will block the things of God, it's a very big lie. So he cannot
Yes.
stop God from moving. God is moving at our time.
Oh.
Yes. All right. What is your last word before we sign off? What do you want our audience to remember today?
Oh, I want to thank God for this wonderful broadcast. And I want the audience to know, just like the Bible told us in James chapter 1, verse 22,
Yeah.
we should not just be the hearers of this word alone. Many of us hearing of the great messages from different men of God, but what have we done with these messages? So it's not all about hearing, but put into practice what you have heard. That is why I want to leave you with this. Please practice your Christianity. In this part of the world where we live, many of them will tell you, I am a Christian, but I am not a practicing Christian.
Yes.
I don't know where that comes from. I don't know the origin of that word. It's not in the Bible. What do you mean by not a practicing Christian? You are either a Christian or you are not a Christian. So what are you talking about? Not being a Christian and not a practicing Christian. That language is not. It's not. Has no origin from the Bible. That is the more reason why I want to let you know that you either be a Christian or you are not a Christian. The Bible says, "You say if you are neither hot nor cold,
Yes.
I'll spit you out of my mouth." So I wouldn't want God to spit any of us out of His mouth. Rather,
Amen.
we have to be hot for God.
Amen.
That is
Amen.
the
Amen.
last.
Amen. That is awesome, Bishop. That is awesome. Well, viewers all over the world who have heard us tonight, in case you are living in France and living in this city, Nantes, I encourage you to go to Jesus Family Assembly. It's a lively church. The power of God is with the man and woman of God who are the overseers. So I tell you, when you go, your life will never be the same. Bishop, just how can people reach your ministry in case they want?
Okay, Nantes is in the northwest of France, and we are located in the at the middle of the city. Right now, we are even we have been on 70 days fasting and prayers.
Amen.
By His grace, on the 11, 12, and 13, we will be rounding off that 70 days fasting and prayers with a program we titled heaven must hear this.
Yes.
So I'm believing God that God is going to send His healing hands upon those who are sick. Going
Amen.
releasing many out of their bondage, and so many miracles that God has promised. Because for this past 70 days we have been waiting upon Him, and by His
Amen.
grace, also very soon we'll be celebrating our 5th anniversary. You were here during our 4th anniversry.
Yes.
Every day we still play the video, and we are still grateful that you were here. Yourself and Apostle Larry, in short, you remain a blessed couple, a blessed man and woman of God that we have come to reckon with, and by His grace, that unity will remain in Jesus' name.
Amen. 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 Well, thank you so much for speaking to us through this media, and we appreciate you and appreciate your lovely wife. We send our warm greetings to the entire family members of Jesus Family Assembly. Do send our warm regards to them and let them open their mouth and preach the gospel all over the world. God is with you, man of God.
Thank you very much.
Bye
God bless.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.